Hello, today is Thursday, June 25th, 2026. Here is your daily signal. According to the Associated Press, expectations are rising that Prime Minister Keir Starmer will soon announce his resignation as intra-party tensions mount following Andy Burnham's recent victory in Parliament. The UK has faced significant political flux and leadership turnover since the Brexit referendum in 2016, with internal Conservative Party divisions shaping debates about Brexit implementation and post-EU policy direction and requiring new regulatory and diplomatic approaches. The Conservative Party now faces renewed leadership pressure after high-profile resignations and a sharp fall in opinion polls, as reported by BBC News. Prime Minister Rishi Sunak is under fire from both right and centrist factions over disagreements about the UK-EU trade protocol, according to The Guardian, and the Labour Party, led by Keir Starmer, is calling for a snap general election, citing deep government instability, as noted by the Financial Times. Near-term consequences may include further cabinet reshuffles or even a Conservative leadership contest, while persistent party dynamics threaten to delay or dilute important post-Brexit reforms. And institutional confidence as well as international perceptions of UK stability may suffer as uncertainty grows and markets react. Turning to the escalating tensions between the US and Iran, Fortune reports that US-Iran nuclear negotiations have broken down after President Trump threatened to attack Tehran, leading to a pause in diplomacy and heightened volatility. Tensions between the US and Iran have been steadily rising since the US withdrew from the 2015 nuclear deal JCPOA in 2018, and efforts to revive the pact have repeatedly stalled, with Iran ramping up its uranium enrichment and global oil prices becoming sensitive to every twist in their relations. Reuters reported that talks between US and Iranian negotiators broke down in Vienna, causing a 4% spike in Brent crude oil prices. Bloomberg stated that the IMF has lowered global GDP growth forecasts by 0.2% due to the heightened geopolitical risk brought on by the US-Iran standoff, and the Wall Street Journal noted that Tesla has temporarily paused production at its Texas Gigafactory because of supply chain disruptions linked to higher Middle East shipping costs. In the near term, a sustained breakdown in negotiations could push crude oil prices above $100 per barrel, and energy-intensive industries may face higher input costs. Global inflationary pressures could intensify, prompting central banks to rethink interest rate policies, and medium-term risks include escalation to direct military confrontation that could destabilize regional economies far beyond the Middle East. Finally, Next Big Future highlights how layered drone warfare is reshaping the modern battlefield, effectively recreating a version of trench attrition where large-scale land capture by near-peer adversaries is both difficult and costly. Layered drone operations, involving coordinated use of quadcopters and fixed-wing UAVs, have changed the dynamics of trench warfare in Ukraine since 2022 by enhancing surveillance, precision strikes, and reducing infantry exposure. According to Ukrinform, Arrows Ukraine has delivered 250 new reconnaissance drones to frontline units in Donetsk, while Defense Express reports Russian forces are deploying Orlan 10 and Lancet drones in simultaneous layered strikes targeting Ukrainian supply trenches in Zaporizhia. NATO has also released a bulletin noting technical adaptations in layered drone defense observed in eastern Ukraine. Near-term effects include improved infantry survivability thanks to rapid drone response and better situational awareness, while attrition rates for static armored positions are rising as layered attacks penetrate defensive lines with greater frequency. Medium and long-term, military procurement is shifting toward AI-driven drone swarms and counter-drone electronic warfare systems, and future trench warfare doctrines will be redesigned to embed drone operators alongside traditional ground troops. Now, onto the markets. In international markets, France was the only major mover up, posting a small day-over-day increase while Germany, United Kingdom, Italy, and Spain all drifted lower, with Germany seeing a notable monthly decline. India was one bright spot, with a 1.1% gain day-over-day, while China large cap retreated sharply, marking a nearly 10% drop month-over-month. Commodities showed widespread losses, led by silver tumbling over 7% for the day and more than 25% month-over-month, while gold and U.S. oil both saw significant declines, with gold dropping more than 3% day-over-day. Agriculture and corn prices were down slightly, while natural gas was up 2% for the day and carbon also edged higher. Among favorites, Axon delivered standout gains, jumping 5.5% today and up 18.5% in a month, while Oracle plunged 4.6% day over day and more than 18% month over month. Microsoft fell more than 2% from yesterday and is down over 12% on a monthly basis. In sectors, healthcare moved higher by nearly 0.8% day over day, while the S&P 500 and semiconductors edged down slightly but showed resilience over the month. That's it for today. You can find more news and details on our website. Goodbye.